on chemical endangerment, because right now it's on Etowah County. And what's happened, the women that are with the lawsuit, I was the first arrest after the law was written for chemical endangerment. I was the first arrest, okay, for chemical endangerment. All right, the reason they, stop, don't interrupt. The reason why they wrote that law at that time, that's when the human trafficking started, with state troopers
in Etowah,
and it all started in DHR, CPS, in Gadsden, Alabama. Because when I was, my first company was in Colorado, and it was right after the John Bonet Ramsey.
The Evolve Company, or
okay,
either.
Listen, I can't interrupt. Don't interrupt me. We're in the ecliptic moment, so when I'm on the flow, you cannot interrupt, and don't give me any teeth puffs either. Now,
wow,
I'm telling you, this is a tribal council, and it's my counter for now. Okay, you've had the chair all night. Now it's my counter, please. May I?
Did I even say anything?
No, but don't huff and puff. Now, so then what they're doing is they're making money. They're making money because they're arresting women. Most of them are set up. All right, they say supposedly that it was to keep the children from being exposed to chemical endangerment, like meth, because meth was so big. But then they included marijuana, and then they included everything, right? All right, they've been bogging up blood tests, blood work, and everything this whole time because community corrections and drug referral, it's all a scam. I know all of them.
Whoever your blood work was,
I know all of it.
All that.
So they demanded my blood work that night, and I was like, I'm not giving you my blood, you know. And it never occurred to me. The thought never occurred to me that they assumed or even would assume drugs of me. Never occurred to me.
They were trying to entrap you.
No kidding. I got stopped going from a regular appointment in Birmingham when I was pregnant, and a black state trooper stopped me and on the interstate, okay, and pulled me over, and I wasn't speeding. I said, and no, he said, I think I smell marijuana. I think I smell marijuana. Hey. I think I smell. I'm pregnant. I'm on my way to an appointment. You pull me over. I'm going to be late now. Same thing to me when it was during the divorce, and I was taking Will to school. They would constantly pull me over to make me late. All right, and then they also would fake the school records that saying that Will had like over 14 tardies, and okay, that was a lie. Because then I went to the superintendent. I said, listen, let me tell you something. I said, right now I want to know, because every time a teacher or anyone in the county logs in to a student's record in public or private system, I said, it leaves, I said, the perpetrator that intruded on my child's private files left a footprint, because everyone has to have, all of them have to have an identifying number, a label. So I want to know who logged in, and because my child was not late, and boom, guess what? Carol got fired. And so did that superintendent. And then we had a new superintendent.
Every time you talk, that's
Flashes.
No kidding. No, so we have it because of the abuse going on too. Now, then, anyway, so back to them. So they demanded blood that night after they arrested me, which Mark was the one that was drunk. Again, I was 6 months pregnant, perfect pregnancy, age 42, no problems whatsoever. It was, and but anyway, I got beaten up pregnant and severely injured, and they demanded blood after they arrested me, but he wouldn't even let me out of the car. I was in there having a seizure, and the EMTs were telling him, dude, you need to call an ambulance, and he wouldn't even call an ambulance. And I had to get my little wrists are so skinny. I was able to get one cuff out and get enough energy, and I slung it up against the window because I was having a stroke. It was in a hot, that's why I feel like right now, please turn the air conditioner down, because I'm going through trauma of when I was pregnant and I couldn't breathe, and I feel like I'm in a car right now. And it's because of what they did to me. And the reason they did it, yeah, I know. Every time you talk, every time I'm talking, it picks up the pitch. No, okay, all right, watch this. Watch this. Anyway, so I said, no, you're not getting the blood. It never occurred to me that they would have assumed I was on drugs, which is chemical endangerment, profiteering, and the way that they make money on it, I will get to. And this is the whole point to the story, because it was 2006, and this happened in 2007 when the law first came out. So, I said, no, you're not getting my blood. I said, I have tiny veins. Never occurred to me because there was not a drug addict, wasn't around all that. I'd been an executive my whole life and came back to this assignment, Hillbilly Hell, and it was, this part was unexpected, but blessing. But they blackmailed me after I wound up. I said, no, you're not getting my blood. And then he said, yeah. And the nurses, I said, no, because my grandmother was dying. I have tiny veins. It's too hard. Nobody can get blood from me. And so, so they calls me. Then we argued about that. And the nurses finally said, well, we'd be able to tell us if the baby was in distress. And I said, okay, well, then I would. All right. He wouldn't even leave the room for me to get undressed. Do you know that? He wouldn't. If Daryl F. Zucchelli III would not even leave the room. I don't know about that one. I don't know. Let Butch make that decision.
No. Say she
That not if you're targeted. That would not be a good one for you to be wearing around on your back. Go get the red one that I wore in honor of President Bush. Go get the red one I wore in honor of President Bush. It's in there. I wore it yesterday.
In their language, they read that part real fast. Wear it in one of those 7-Elevens, any one of them shirts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No. Pat Martin.
Man, I played basketball. It's Pat Martin. I can't believe I'm wearing this shirt. This is so awesome that I'm wearing this shirt. She put on the most. Pat Summit. But
You're not gonna get to the point because I'm not gonna record my whole phone.
okay. Well, anyway, so and Patsy across the street. Anyway, the point is that then the nurse came back and said, well, and I wanted an ultrasound. Wouldn't you want an ultrasound? They kept refusing me one. So they finally came back with blood work. He sat there just like, what? And Shannon and them witnessed it, but they've not said anything. And she goes, well, she does have extremely high levels of prenatal vitamins. So that was the only thing. Prenatal vitamins. All right. And the point is, so then St. Vincent. All right. After he arrested me, and they took me from there and took me to jail. Mark got right out. He blew a 7 on a breathalyzer.
Tell them what they're doing. I don't care about Mark.
They called me and Mark into there because his best friend Billy Ogletree, my mother was his sponsor.